Episode 50. My name is Eric. With me, I have Spencer.
Hey, everybody.
You move your mic a little bit. I have a lot of distortion in my voice. Rosie.
Yo, what's up?
And it's the kid. The boy.
Oh my.
Your hero.
What?
Your softcore porn dream.
Know it.
JD.
Hootie hoo.
Wait, so softcore porn is the JD stand for just dick?
Oh, that's
What? It stands for just don't. Shows immunity.
Just don't. Yeah. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about Overwatch competitive play. It goes live for everything this week. Everyone has it now. We're going to be talking about Pokemon Go. Get up, get those steps, get out there, see your city. And what is your favorite? We have a topic here. What's your favorite hero?
Oh, your question makes sense now. Okay, I got you.
All right. So first off, we're going to kick it off by asking the audience here, and as well as the cast we have with us, is what have you been playing this week?
Eric?
Competitive Overwatch and Pokemon Go. It's Star Ocean 5.
So the stuff we're talking about.
And the stuff we're talking about. And then Star Ocean 5, the new one that came out last week.
Sturgeon. Was it last week? I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
I thought it might have been 2 Tuesdays ago, yes.
How you liking it?
I'm actually really enjoying it. As far as RPGs for the current gen consoles and stuff, this one definitely takes the cake for me. It's definitely the best. And as far as I know, all I'm thinking of comparing it to is Tales of Zestiria.
Is that any cringeworthy moments?
Yeah.
The camera.
No, I meant voice acting. Like.
Oh, voice act. It's not really the acting, but the dialogue choices. There's sometimes there's like some hiccups in the game that I've come across where I'll come up to a scene and the girl will be like, "We need to go to the hospital," and I'll start running to the hospital, and the chick will say the exact same line again and say, "We need to go to the hospital." It's like, yeah, all right,
I'm on my way.
Yeah, but there's a lot of double lines, and I think it's due to loading screens or something, or the way that because you have free roam during all chat, so when people are talking with each other, it'll give you the ability to walk around, and so you don't know who's talking unless you're actually like staring at the group, like, okay, which one of you is speaking right now? But they don't direct you towards where the conversation is. So I think if you're standing in certain parts of that, when the dialogue starts, if you're not near the person and you walk towards them again, they'll restart the dialogue again. It's a little weird.
Fun stuff.
But other than that, we'll do the review. At the moment that I beat this game, I'll be calling Spencer up and we will be getting this review posted.
It's all good.
Because I stayed up. I had a pretty crazy week in Colorado last week. I was there 5 days. Came back like 11.
I heard when you go to Colorado, because we were from Arizona, people that don't know, and I heard in Colorado you actually get drunk faster because of the altitude.
Yes, that is very true.
That's awesome.
Man,
I drank, those, I guess they're called not growlers, but like big German beers. I had 2 of those, and I was tanked. So glad everything was within walking distance and Uber and
Time to go.
yeah, it was. Sorry, 1 second. Crazy hotel story. I actually, so I booked a hotel package with flight, so I was saving money on the hotel, and it seemed like it was within 10 to 15 minutes of where I wanted to be out in Denver. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to that hotel, and I drive over there. I go to log in. I go to check in, and there's these like 3 teenage girls sitting out front smoking cigarettes and talking and goofing around and stuff. And they're blocking the door to the lobby because it's a single door. It's like motel kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, is this the lobby? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I walk past them and I go to the counter and I hit the little bell thing. I'm all ding. And one of the girls from outside comes up behind the counter. She goes, "How can I help you?" I'm like, fuck. I was like, "I'm here to check in." So they go like, "Okay, yeah, 108, go ahead, have a good time." I was like, cool. So I go to walk into 108, and it's a no smoking room. Mind you, I'm just going to put that out here. This whole hotel is no smoking. And I go to my door, and it's cracked. Like it's open. Mm-hmm. And another little thing, there's a bunch of rooms around the place that are covered up by planks of wood.
Ooh, wee.
Like they have sheets of plywood covering doors. Yeah. And I'm like, huh. I go up to my room, door's cracked. I push it open, and there's this like 50, 60-year-old guy, big ass nose.
Are you implying he's Jewish?
No,
Just
just
saying
he had a
big
really
nose.
big nose that I noticed right away.
What the heck was that?
Almost knocked you over when you turned around.
Yeah, he's
His
sitting
money.
on a bucket in my room smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, huh?
Mm.
And he goes, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is my room." He goes, "Oh, I'm just patching some drywall and stuff. I'll be out of here in a couple minutes." And I'm like,
No, get out of here now.
"No,
man.
I actually want a different room."
Yeah.
So I went to the counter, asked for a different room, go up into that room, and I walk in the room and it smells just straight cigarette. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, the maintenance staff here is just smoking in every room as he's fixing stuff or cleaning stuff.
Yeah.
So everything smells like cigarettes. And I was like, I can't sleep in this. Like I can't do that. I go and lay on the bed so I can go look up other hotels. And as soon as I like laid down, it was like a plume of smoke of just cigarette smoke. I was like, I gotta leave now. So I got up, went to the counter. I'm like, look, this guy was smoking in my room. Every room here smells like cigarettes. There's no smoking. This place is horrible. I'm out. I'm not paying shit. I'm gone.
Oh.
So then I had to go on a hunt to go find a new hotel my first night there.
Yee.
But yeah, that was one of those times where I was like, I didn't think hotels could be that horrible.
Right.
Like I knew that they could be kind of grimy, but not like that. Like that was disgusting.
It's always those scenarios where you're just like, this is 2016. Like, this isn't supposed to happen anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly what my thought was.
Yeah.
It was insane. Anyways, I just wanted to share a little bit of my trip to Colorado. Otherwise, it was a lot of drinking, a lot of food, a lot of walking. Put about 20,000 steps a day in every day.
That's great.
Excellent.
And that's including the fact that I was taking Ubers around also. So on top of that, I really wish I would have had Pokemon Go when I
I
was
know.
out there.
I was just thinking. I didn't want to interrupt, but I was
Get
like,
yourself a
Pokemon
nice-
Go would have been perfect for that.
I know. It came out like the Thursday that I came back, it came out.
Ah.
Get a nice Lapras or something. Lapras.
Lapras, yeah. But anyways, guys, sorry I took up a lot of time there. Rosie, what have you been playing this week?
I played and beat Resident Evil 5.
Yeah?
Uh,
How was that?
it was amazing. I love it.
Really?
It's not scary, which is kind of a downer, but it's
Some
fun.
of the enemies are maybe frightening if they touch you, like the Karaka roaches.
Oh yeah, I got killed by that a couple times.
Yeah.
That has to be one of the most brutal deaths in Resident Evil I've seen in a
You
while.
haven't seen Resident Evil 6 yet.
No, I've seen. I played it.
Did you beat it?
Yeah,
Leon's?
yeah.
You
I
can
played.
push through the fan?
Oh, but that's
That's pretty bad.
yeah, but that's not like a creature necessarily. That's
Yeah,
like,
it is a creature.
That's an event.
Yeah. So?
Ah.
And the creature did it. And
No,
he
no.
doesn't care because he's just going to come back.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like like natural organic creature pulls out his thing and just shink. Spoilers for an
Hold your
enemy.
hands up and just.
Yeah, he
hits
holds
you
you
in
up
the
and
guts.
just keeps hitting you in the guts. And even when you're dead, he's still doing it. It's like, oh my god, he
What's
does.
great is Sheva always gets out of there.
She does.
Yeah, well, yeah, she can avoid it,
Oh, okay.
but
so,
it's a one-hit kill on you. Which is
oh,
kind of dumb, but whatever.
wow. Now I wish I was finishing.
Wow,
So I
wow,
played this
wow.
with my cousin, like throughout the entire game,
Oh,
which
well,
was great.
it's more fun that way.
Yeah, it's
With
amazing
friends
that way.
Or family.
What else did you play?
Oh, sorry. I played some Overwatch competitive, like everyone else here, but
I didn't play any Overwatch competitive.
Cool.
We still got to
I
level
didn't
you
play
up.
any either, but
Um,
well, he's finding his character. I think that's where we're at right now.
I think his Roadhog was pretty good.
this Roadhog is surprisingly better than I thought.
He
it
still
was
doesn't
gonna
have the combo down though.
be.
He's still letting people get out.
Yeah.
We
You
gotta
know, you
fix
can hold the right trigger, right? While they're coming towards you, when you have them hooked, hold the right trigger, and as soon as it's done, you can shoot them.
I was
It's okay,
actually
man.
curious
It's
if
okay.
you knew if the L2 or R2 is actually better for hook and shoot.
That's
The,
R.
the people I've played with actually said L2, so that's why I was telling him L2 all
Yeah.
the time because I don't play Roadhog. Like he's not my kind of character. So I asked my brother and I asked someone else.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's R2 because you get 25 pellets, which is like essentially I forgot it's like 7 damage per, and when you're that close to you, you can get like more pellets off than the L2, which is your mid-range one, the longer range shot, which I think only has like 17.
Well, the thing is they're getting hit before it even comes out. The pellets
Right.
even come out. So I don't know how much that damage hurts.
And
as a
the one
whole.
way I was testing this 2 ways: A, just playing a game, and B, training mode, which you can literally just pull someone and I shoot them in the body, and if they don't die from the far range one, obviously it kind of shows me that one's not strong.
You can skew or you can aim up a little bit and get a headshot off of it, can't you?
Yeah, but you can do that also with the short range, and since they're already right there, you can easily just get it. It's easier to do it that way, and you get more shots, more pellets.
We should definitely, because I'm curious to see how much the damage difference is between the L2 and R2, because I like in my
So-
mind L2 seems like it would do more if it hits a headshot.
Right.
So L2 actually does hurt more with the ball detonation and then the explosion of the shrapnel.
So that's the detonate.
Apparently, it hits. Hold on.
Like at a certain range, right?
Right.
It'll actually
It'll
pop
blow
at a
up
certain
and
range.
actually shoot more shots, which is what I'm saying. Like it's good at long range, but it's not.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Oh, I know. I'm
but
right.
that's.
I
Shut-
read.
Oh, shut up.
I'm reading literally the same site that is, so that's where I got it. But I
Well,
just
see,
didn't
the
know-
thing is it's Furious Paul though, and I don't know when this was last. Oh, June.
Oh, wait, that's not it.
2016, June 25th. It's a weird name for a website, Furious Paul.
yeah.
Isn't there Furious Pete? Furious Pete's a food eater, isn't he? A competitive food eater?
You got me.
I think he is.
What have you been playing, Spencer?
I wasn't
Yeah.
done.
Oh, what? Okay, fine. You wanna talk
I
about it?
wasn't done.
All right, whatever.
I've been playing more Pillars of Eternity again.
Really?
Good game.
Spencer, you're up.
I'm playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That game is long as balls. It's like 50 hours.
Is that the FE?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Excellent game. Just very, very long. League of Legends. We've been playing Chrono Trigger just a second ago. And I think that's it.
Is
It's kind of a busy
the
week.
intent to beat Chrono Trigger?
Yeah.
How many mornings are you guys gonna need to do that?
5, maybe?
5 mornings?
Oh, he's speed running it, so it's all good.
Maybe 5 or 6. Depends. Depends on if people can get here on time and people stay here the whole way, you know.
Oh, shut up.
So JD, what have you been playing?
A little bit of Street Fighter.
Getting ready for Evo?
Can't go.
Yeah, I know.
The
It
tears.
just makes me sad every time.
Tears in my eyes.
Canceling those flights and hotels.
Oh, you
like,
canceled it?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, dude.
sucked.
1 year we'll go.
Yeah, I would actually like to get the group to go to Comic-Con together. Like, I think we need to start doing like group things, like where the 6
Acting
of us.
like friends, maybe.
Yeah, that
They
yeah.
gotta be seen like with you
Instead of
guys
just
in
on the
public.
camera. Yeah.
So I
We
actually.
we have an event coming early August.
What is that?
It's something about games.
It's funny.
It's out in like Mesa, I think.
We've hung
Oh.
out outside the podcast quite a bit. A few
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
The only person I never hung out with is you.
No, you hung out with him once.
When?
We went
to Westgate.
Westgate.
I got drunk and was
Once.
hopping fences.
And I think that's when I wasn't even on the show at the time. I just wanted to have a good time with some buddies.
Weren't you?
No, he wasn't on.
I
the-
wasn't.
No. Wow.
That's when I thought you weren't taking this. I thought when you. So that's actually. Can we talk about this? When you were like kind of drunk or tipsy, Spencer?
Oh, okay.
And you were saying like, "Yeah, man, you should be on the show. You should be on the show." And I was like, "Ha ha, he doesn't really mean that. This nigga's drunk as hell." So, and then I was just like, I just walked off and went home. And then you're like, "Hey, you want to be on the show?" And I was like, "Oh, you were serious?" And like one tear just came down my eye. I was just like, "Thanks, buddy. I'll be on the show."
Cool.
Yep.
So the are you like so are we gonna do like an Overwatch thing? Can we do like an Overwatch LAN party? Justin's house. Everyone bring a
Can
TV.
we do it at not as a LAN party though, where I can stay home?
No, because we got to hang out more.
Oh,
I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say at my house. I mean, I would, but then I wouldn't because my internet is so shoddy sometimes. that
Really?
it's like- like, it's fine if everyone's like directly connected, but the problem is I think I only have 3 or 4 ports.
I have a gigabit switch,
Okay. Who
Do you-
cares?
I'm saying you get that
so
gigabit.
it allows up to
I
8
know!
okay.
his penis
I
is
did
large,
say
too.
that I did want to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to do San Diego Comic Con next year, and I would actually cosplay.
What you can cosplay as? Can I ask?
the hunter from Bloodborne.
Oh, good.
I can
You
cosplay
can't see
as
my
Ness
face.
from Earthbound.
Yeah, you couldn't even see my face or anything like that. And if
You
it's high
cosplay
quality,
as what?
Ness from Earth.
Ness from Earthbound.
Yeah, you look like a Ness.
Yeah, the chick that I was talking with last night, she actually cosplays every year at Comic-Con. She's done a lot of the, so like Poison Ivy, a lot of Batman villains, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn, obviously. Any cosplayer.
Obviously.
So pretty much any
Any-
excuse to dress as a slut.
Hey.
Well, I mean it in the I mean it in the nicest way. It's like Halloween is for girls. To,
Yeah, yeah.
Why
I mean,
didn't you
it's
just
not
say
to be
sexy?
mean to them. It's, okay, fine, yes, but let's be honest. I'm not going to beat around a bush. Like,
Let's be honest.
you guys shouldn't either. But
Let's
yeah,
be-
yeah, okay. I don't mean she is. I'm just saying that bothered you.
Well, luckily at this point, she doesn't know that I
Well,
have
no,
this
I was
show
just,
yet.
I was just
so.
trying to save your face. Or what
She's like, I'm going to watch your old videos. She's like, don't do that. You're like, don't do that. Stop. Don't.
Episode 50 was a big deal. I'm going to watch that one. Don't do
Is
it.
that the anniversary? But yeah, so I've been doing that. I have not played competitive Overwatch because I'm waiting on a team of at least 5.
I'll
Yeah.
join your competitive team, JD.
Nope. Denied.
Oh.
Declined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leave.
I will
You can be on my competitive team.
stand
We will
up and
drag
say
you
that
down.
like I don't think I can compete on your team's level.
That's
See,
Because
nice.
the one time that I played against you guys when I was just waiting for a spot open,
Yeah.
I jumped in and I couldn't, like, I switched between 2 or 3 different heroes trying to, like, all right, I'm going to go take out their healers. All right, I'm going to go do this. Your team was communicating well enough to the point where I would show my face and not even attack yet, and I would see 2 of your DPS turn and look at me, and it, like, turned towards me, and it's like, fuck. Like,
There-
all right, okay, I got to
look,
go
it's
find
May.
another way to get in.
Yeah.
And I would put up my wall and see if I could like block their point of view so that I could try and get around even more. And as soon as I would start to freeze anything, your entire team would turn around and just smack me.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And then when I played on attack against you guys on Gibraltar, you guys had that perfect setup of like the Bastion here and then this like guy over here, the Torbjorn over here. You had a Widowmaker, I think, was destroying, and then you had Tracer, you running around. And then I don't remember who your healer was that time because I don't think I ever saw them.
I want to say it was Brandon, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I was playing Reinhardt at first, and then your Bastion was destroying my shield, and then you were coming up behind taking out all my team, so I had no DPS to take out Bastion. It was a huge headache to where it's like I don't know how we're gonna get past this. Like unless my team all of a sudden wants to coordinate and really get on this.
Do you talk in game chat?
I did. I actually for that match I figured out how game chat worked
Yeah.
because I didn't know how to actually enter game chat until
I've never done
then.
it yet.
Well,
It's actually really helpful.
I mean, it honestly really depends on who you're with, because sometimes it's like you could be with a group of guys that really just want to work together, or you could be with a group of guys like what you mentioned, where they're character loyalists. And in that regard, it's very hard and at the same time very easy to see if you're better than someone in Overwatch, because it's very hard if someone plays a bunch of characters. Because if I'm playing McCree and you're playing Widowmaker, and you're sniping me all the time, that doesn't necessarily make you better.
Right.
It just means you're countering McCree.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing a Tracer and this guy's playing Reinhardt and I'm beating his Reinhardt and that's all he plays, and you know, maybe I'm playing more characters than he is, yeah, that does by default make me better because
Yeah.
I'm more familiar with more characters, but I'm also more than likely familiar with your character's weakness, which is like if we're having trouble with Reinhardt's, I usually play Tracer because it's really easy for her to, like, it's not a mouse and keyboard, right? You can't just fling around and then
Yes.
guard your back.
Yeah.
If I teleport behind you, you have to turn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm getting all these shots in.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
So going into our first topic here, we'll just continue this with the competitive Overwatch. My experience is I was solo queuing to get my rank in for competitive play, and talking about the game chat. I was just listening to the game chat. I had no mic because I was in Colorado playing on my uncle's console. So we were goofing around in between matches, and I didn't want to get that like so sucked into it.
Right.
So I was just playing a couple competitive matches here and there, but we actually had some really good matches where only one guy was communicating. but everyone was listening. He came up with a plan, and we all followed it. I ended up playing. I was switching out between Reinhardt, Mercy, and Mei, were the 3 characters I was cycling through. And in the ones where we had this insane amount of communication and that everyone was following, we were doing Hanamura. They were 4 Torbjorns, a Mercy, and a Reinhardt, I think.
They'll do anything to win.
Yes, exactly.
fucking bullshit.
So that's how they had their setup. And I went as Mercy, and our Reinhardt was tanking, and he was the one that was coordinating everybody. And we walked in, and we wiped once or twice, and then he's like, all right, guys, this is what we're going to do. And he's like, McCree, Hanzo, and yada-da, go up to this left spot here. Hanzo, when I poke my shield out and all the turrets start focusing my shield, jump up there and take out the left turrets. McCree then run in when my shield goes up and take out the dwarf that's trying to rebuild his turret. And then he's like, and Mercy, follow a soldier. He's going to go up the ramp up there, and he's going to take out the ones that are on the top right. We all did it. We wiped them all. We cleared out all their turrets. We killed 3 of the dwarves, and there was like one of them left sitting on the point. We walked in, killed him, captured the point, and moved on. And the game ended up going to sudden death, and we knew exactly what they were going to do.
Well, in sudden death, for people who don't know, it's a coin toss where one team attacks, one team defends, and you pretty much have, if you're attacking, you have 2 minutes to capture the point. If you're defending, you just have to hold that first point. And it's all about the first point. So were you guys attacking or defending?
Oh, we were attacking.
Okay.
We ended up, both times, we couldn't capture that last point in Hanamura. It was just really hard to get in there and then get the point. We also held them back, so then we got them to attack and had to capture the first point in Hanamura. And they used their same comp that they were using to protect their final point. And the Reinhardt was like, all right, guys, they're going to use that same comp because it works so well over there. It's not going to work so well over here if we do this.
Right.
So he's like, all right, we need Pharah's. And as he was reading off the characters he wanted us to play, you saw one person start selecting each of those characters.
Right.
He's the only one talking, and everyone's just listening. I was like, this is fucking fantastic. I want to play with this guy more. At the end of the match, he had blocked 52,000 damage. I had healed 14,000, which is my career high in any mode for healing with Mercy. And I ended up, we ended up having an amazing match for it, and it was all because of communication, the willingness to follow a plan, and the execution of that plan. Listening and executing are huge. We didn't even need all 6 people talking. We started doing this thing where when we had our ult, we would spam the ult button at least 2, we'd hit the ult button, and when we're about to use it, we would spam it 3 times, and then they go, oh, okay, Zarya is gonna throw her bomb out. That means Hanzo's gonna throw his dragon out.
Yeah.
And then we'd have Soldier sit back, and he would use his ult after the opposing team used their res to revive everybody.
Right.
Then Soldier would use his ult and clear out the team again. So it was a lot of coordination. It was really fun. I actually really enjoyed competitive mode until we get into the huge issue of how the ranking system works post placement.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your 10 matches, you get placed. Then after that, Rosie, have you done your 10 placement matches? Have you continued to play competitive after that?
Yeah, and that's when I stopped.
That's exactly what I did as well.
Well, that's why
You'll keep going.
No.
Not
until
competitive,
not until
but
they patch
standard,
it.
yeah, well.
Well,
Not till
the
they
thing
patch
is
Are they going to?
they're gonna
Yes.
patch it for season 2.
It's a known issue.
Is it?
That's
Oh, is
that's,
there a bug?
well, that's why I was saying no. It's not a bug. So here's the thing.
Because
So-
League of Legends is, if it's what you're describing in the text, League of Legends is very similar.
So what
They've
happens?
been doing it for years.
What they end up doing is, so obviously it's 6-on-6, and a lot of the matches do last a long time. You're investing a lot of time into it. Yeah, you could say it's about as long as a League of Legends match. And what ends up happening is, but more dexterous.
About a half hour.
Well, more than that, depending on if you're always in overtime.
Yeah, that's
and,
true.
And there's a huge scramble. It lasts for a while. Especially if you're playing Control, because you have to do 3 out of 5, and Control can really be up in the air.
Yeah.
But anyway, so say you're playing a Control match, 3 out of 5, whatever. And say you're just mopping the floor of these guys in this last match. One of the guys is like, you know what, this is stupid, and he quits. So he quits out
On the opposing team.
on the opposing team. And so he quits out, and there's a penalty attached to it. So it's not like these guys can do it freely. There's a warning, and then they're like, hey, there's an experience thing. There's you getting banned from the entire season, and there's another one.
There's day bans where you get banned for an entire day.
Okay.
There's other bans where you get banned for a couple hours.
And then
So there's
experience.
there's a huge
nerf.
yeah. So it escalates the more and more you are a lever.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily without consequence, but I guess some people just don't care. So say a guy quits, like they're Lucio or whoever quits and really forces them to lose the match. Well, the game goes, you know what? You kind of didn't win that one because it was 5 versus 6, and this is a team game. So even though you win, you don't really get anything out of it.
You get 1/32 of a level.
You really get nothing out of it.
You have to win 32 matches that way with someone on the opposing team leaving to get up 1 rank.
Yeah.
But if you lose an entire rank.
Which is why I find it shenanigans, because then I didn't do too well. I'm only ranked 50, but then me and my friends actually won like 3 games in a row. I didn't go up any. But then I lost one.
Who do you play? You just only play Roadhog?
No, absolutely not. I play,
Do you play support is what I'm asking.
yeah.
You play a lot of support?
No,
Because there's another issue tying to that. Sorry to cut you off. There's another issue tying to that. Apparently, this like team of good Overwatch players played competitively.
Hey, what's
right?
up, Desert Loner?
And they did 10 matches. They did their 10. They got placed. The thing is their attack players and tanks got placed higher than their support.
Ooh.
And the way the game looks at it, and it's obviously got to get fixed, but it's really hard if you think about it, is their team is doing good, right?
Right.
So Mercy's not healing anybody because she doesn't need to heal anybody. It's not like she's not healing any, like she's probably still has the stream up, but Reinhardt's not taking damage, or this other guy's not taking damage. So therefore, the game looks at that player's contribution as less. So they're ranked 10 levels. In this particular case, the Mercy, the static Mercy, was ranked 10 levels below the. It's like a Reaper or something like that, who was going out there doing all his damage. So the issue becomes support aren't getting enough recognition.
Right.
Which might have contributed to that. So if you're playing support, keep that in mind. It doesn't mean stop playing support. They're obviously going to fix it. The thing is don't be too hard on the rankings, or don't be too hard on yourself about the rankings, because it's obviously flawed.
Yeah.
Just play the game. I mean, I don't even touch competitive. I would like to see I'd get placed, but I don't touch competitive until I have a full team anyway, personally. And even then, we're going to have a static Lucio or a static Mercy, and they're probably going to be ranked lower. Just get ranked and probably just don't play for the rest of the season. Maybe this would be a quick season. This is all about them finding bugs. I'm not too upset about it.
Almost like a beta of its own.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, that's like anything, really. Something comes out, and they obviously got to go, all right, we want I'd rather them have the content out, and then us be able to be like, all right, this is good, this isn't, than to be like, oh, we're going to try and figure it out on our own.
Destiny.
Yeah, so there's a huge difference there in figuring that out. Like, I understand it's dumb, and it kind of like you get excited because you're like, oh, I want to see what I place at, and then you're like, oh, well, shit, like, people keep leaving, so fuck this.
Yeah. It definitely, I really enjoyed the different mentality that competitive play has compared to the quick play.
Yeah.
Right.
Quick play,
I'm gonna be
It's a lot
Genji.
of people-
Me too.
I actually had a fun match playing against, we chose to all be tracers. And mind you, I have very little experience on tracer.
Well, you guys must have been annoying.
Yeah, so we had 5 tracers and a Lucio.
Yeah.
And he pretty much kept his speed boost up the entire time. He barely did any healing. So we were all over the place, just like a bunch of fucking mosquitoes just moving. And we're playing Gibraltar, and we got to this last checkpoint. Like, we just started the last checkpoint, and then we got stuck because just so many bastions and so much just bullets flying, so many turrets. We had Symmetras coming after us, and
Yeah.
it was so much. But then the opposing team, the very next match, all went Genji with 1 Lucio. I was so irritated that they actually beat us. They got to the last point and caught it. playing all
You
Genji.
guys should have ran 6 Winstons, man. We
We-
can't do shit about that.
We ran 3 Winstons, and then we had what was it? Zarya was another one, and then
Zarya gets countered by
Torbjorn.
Genji.
really?
Yeah, because she can't move and get out of his way fast. It's like the same thing. Tracer doesn't have a hard time against Zarya because it's just like, okay, wait till her shield's down, and then she's got to wait literally 10, 11 seconds.
10 seconds from
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem with that is if I don't shoot you, you're back to hurting me less than Mercy.
Very true.
So,
Yeah.
like, honestly speaking, just wait and then go back into it, or back off if you're taking too much damage.
Poor Desert Loner got yelled at when he went on a Battlefield stream. Oh,
The
Why?
Battlefield.
I don't know. It's random. Sucks random.
No, I'm
But
saying,
I mean,
let us know.
ultimately, at the end of the day, competitive mode is just it's a work in progress. Play it, get ranked, and then probably stop. If you feel like you want to test fate and keep going, and maybe potentially have a dude quit on you, that's fine. If you can take that, yeah, you won, but it's not about like maybe going up another rank doesn't bother you that much.
I just want the points so I can get those golden guns.
Yeah, so maybe
Which
yeah.
are ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So
You
the-
like-
But they expect you to
introduced-
play a lot.
Yeah, I know.
And I did play too much without even, having a competitive mode.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, definitely. The issue, so it's 300 competitive points, which you get 1 point per win, right?
I've never played.
I think it's 1 point per win. You don't
It's
get
been
one
so
for
far 1 point
losing.
per win. Yeah.
So you need to get 300 wins, but at the end of the season, you do get a bonus, but they haven't told us how much of a bonus.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to be whatever rank we are. We get that many points. Maybe double that. Like, you get double point, like whatever level you are times 2 is how many points you get at the end of the season.
It's probably a big deal to get that weapon. So, like,
Yeah.
that'll probably show off, like, I know they always say, oh, don't main a character, but everyone's got a main.
A preferred,
Everyone's
yeah.
had a
yeah,
preferred,
Everyone's
whether,
got
yeah.
whether you know it or not. Like, Tracer will always be mine. It's because
Pharah.
I started off with
I
her.
prefer Pharah, then I'll play.
May is definitely my favorite to play, but I end up playing Reinhardt so much more because it just the team comps I come across, it's just we need a tank. It's like, all right, well, I'll go Reinhardt.
Yeah. Same thing. We need a healer. All right, I'll go Lucio.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I don't want to play this guy.
exactly.
So I started
you wanna
playing
win.
I started playing an aggressive Lucio. I started playing him like Tracer. It's weird.
I
works.
could.
He stays
I was
alive.
gonna say it could definitely work.
I was pushing the point at Anubis by myself. So I was like, come on, guys, get out the fight.
Trevor and I were actually playing Reinhardt and Lucio, and we were like, all right, we're gonna swing around the right side. It was something Industries, Zarkova Industries or something.
Volskaya.
Volskaya Industries, yeah. We were playing that match, and him and I alone walked around and killed all the Torbjorns, all the Bastions, and everything, just the two of us. And all
Yeah.
I did was put up my shield, and I'm like, hey, you see that one down there? Can you hit it? And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Takes out that turret, and then we move on to the next one. And we just slowly made a circle around the map as me and him. And it was a lot of fun. Lucio does a lot of damage, and his wall ride ability, on console, it's a lot less used. Because I think how you were talking about, you were switching Tracer's jump to L2. I think to do Lucio's wall ride successfully on console, you
have
need
to
to
move
have
the
L2. Yeah.
Well, that's his shockwave. So that's like the other weird thing is like, why would you move the shockwave? That's
or maybe
people-
put it to R3 or something.
Maybe.
Get rid of his melee, because
Well, his melee
not really
hits
get rid of
30.
his melee.
30's not.
rid of
Everyone's
the crouch.
melee hits 30.
Yeah.
Or
I
the
don't know. Yeah,
crouch,
get rid of
but-
crouch or something.
But then that's a face button, and you're
still
getting
literally
rid of
doing
your-
the
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's if you get rid of the crouch button for melee, and then you put R3 as your jump, then you can actually aim and jump at the same time.
Okay.
Because that's his drawback is that on console you can't jump, you can't hit X, and then hit R3 to aim your fucking stick,
True.
unless you look at that crazy ass controller I showed you guys the other day.
Which one?
The one that's like a skin that goes over top of your controller, and like it looks insane. I'll put up a picture of it here in a
why
little
don't you
bit.
just get a SCUF controller?
Let me see if I can find it real fast.
Well, yeah, this controls like the SCUF, the Xbox Elite, things like that. In which
We should
you
actually
can-
probably get onto the next.
Yeah, yeah. We've been
Yep.
talking about this way too
So
long.
Pokemon Go was rolled out over the course of this
This week?
wonderful week, and the memes just don't stop. Right? Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope.
People who
I'm
go,
loving it.
"What's anime?" are like, "Dude, fucking Pokemon, bro." Or, "I don't play video games, but I have Pokemon Go." So, who actually downloaded it?
I did.
I downloaded it, but haven't played much of it.
All I did was catch a Squirtle in my room. Well, and they like handed it to me, but I threw a Pokeball at
handed
it.
it to you.
I caught my Bulbasaur on the toilet.
Good job. That's a shitty Pokemon.
Ah.
I mean it.
Oh,
more
it is
ways than
now.
one.
Yeah.
But who's actually gone out and opened the app and actually been actively looking for
My roommate
You're opening
has,
your app trying to find
even at
Pokemon.
the gym.
Yeah?
It's been very annoying. We were literally working out, and he's like, "Dude," he's like, "There's a Geodude around here." I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, "It's okay."
Finish a rep.
Or or even better. I remember one time he goes, "Hey, you ready to go to the gym?" I was in my room, like, "Yeah, all right, let's go." I go out there. He's on his phone, like, "Dude, there's Charmander around here." I'm like, "Fuck the Charmander. Let's go to the gym." And he's like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine." We stayed for like another hour.
Really?
It was aggravating.
Why did he stay there? You got to walk around.
Because he wants the gym.
You gotta go chase it
It was
down.
server problems, and he was
Oh.
trying to make sure he got it, and then it took forever to do it.
On my way here, as I was driving through the neighborhoods, I came up to a stoplight, and I pulled up the app, and there was a Geodude and an Onix sitting next to me, and I'm like, "Whoa!" And I went to click on the Onix, and the light went green, and I'm like, "Oh, responsibility, safe driver."
Oh darn!
Damn it.
I was in my bed last night, and
I hope so.
I was like, yeah, I saw a Parasect, and it's like, you know how
You saw
the
a Parasol?
Parasect,
Oh,
It's
Parasect.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Parasect, and it was just like the leaves was like outside my house, so I was just like, am I gonna get out of bed to go outside to get this stupid Pokemon? I'm like, no, I'm a fucking adult, and I went to bed.
Are you sure about that?
No,
Let me see your roster real quick.
So I actually went out last night, and I was at the bar, and they got up to go to the bathroom, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I wonder.
Yeah.
So I open it up, and I put on an incent, which increases Pokemon come to you
Okay.
for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of a repel. So I'm sitting there, and I end up catching a bunch of Pokemon last night. Like, I just turned on the app like Thursday night, maybe.
Right.
I turned it on. Didn't play, and then I ended up playing most of Friday. I was helping a friend move, actually, and this is hilarious because he's really into it. He was all excited about it, and we're driving around in a U-Haul, and he pulls up, he goes, "Here's my phone." And he logs in, and he has his Pokemon go up, and he's like, "So if you see anything, just catch it." And I was like, "Okay."
God, it's
So
that
he
serious.
was like, "Oh, there's a pool over here. Do you think it'll recognize the pool, and we can get some water Pokemon?" And so we drive that way, and I'm like, "Well," I was like, "if you look at the map, this is a really dense green area, so I bet you there'll be a lot of Pokemon over there." And he's like, "Let's go!" So we're driving a U-Haul, a 17-foot U-Haul through neighborhoods with two grown-ass adults sitting in there trying to catch Pokemon.
Parks are good for catching Pokemon.
Yeah, we're driving around neighborhood parks trying to find them.
Go to the forest.
And my dad had a crazy story. So there's a guy, one of my dad's coworkers. He's a couple years younger than I am, or than we are, and he was telling everyone there about it. And while they were on lunch, he's like, "Well, look, see the grass is rustling across the street."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's where a Pokemon is." And then my entire dad's group is like, "Let's go catch that Pokemon!"
Okay.
So they run across the street to go get it and stuff, and they were chasing it around. And my dad's like, "This is ridiculous. Like, otherwise we would have just sat at the computer desk and for our lunch and just chilled. But now we're out in the street walking around chasing digital like signals." So, and there's actually an event going on at Mill Avenue this weekend. Did you guys hear about that?
No, what's that?
So there's over 1,000 people RSVP'd. It's a Pokemon bar crawl. So you're going from bar to bar to bar, and everyone's there to collect Pokemon. And supposedly, they base the legendary Pokemons like the Mewtwo and like Zapdos and all those kind of legendary Pokemons. They base that on the amount of people in your proximity.
Really?
So with this event going on, with all these people showing up, they're hoping to see a legendary Pokemon at some point that they all can battle and try and catch.
It's gonna end up with a bunch of people with no batteries.
Right? Yeah.
I can't
Everyone's
even
gonna
call
be
an Uber.
battery extenders
Yeah,
trying to keep their battery going.
that's just nuts to me. My
But it's really cool. It's a really great community, I think.
there's an older lady on my Facebook who's like, "Can someone explain to me why this kid is walking around outside with two phones?" I was like, "Pokemon Go." She's like, "What is that?" Like it's
I think it's funny when they
mobile.
shorten it to one word because it always just looks like Pokemon Go. I always find that interesting.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
I haven't seen that.
But I don't know. It's just cool that everybody likes it. I haven't. I just have a Squirtle, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that deep into it, man. Don't feel bad.
I don't know. I'm sure this will die down in a week.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Because all it's going to take is going, hey, now we got second generation. And then, I mean, granted, we're not the biggest fans of the other generations, but the thing is they go, oh, well, now we got second or third. And then maybe someone's going to go, oh, I wonder what those Pokemon are like in the games.
You know what I want? I want Team Rocket to be around. And you actually have to battle against
You've never heard the joke about Team Rocket?
What's the joke? No.
So, guy goes to a bar and he's talking to this girl and he's like, hey, give me your phone so I can put my number in it. And she's like, oh, okay, sure. He logs onto her Pokemon Go account and transfers all his Pokemon or all her Pokemon to him. And then she's like, what'd you do? He's like, to protect the world from devastation. That's it.
Wow.
There you go. You got your Team Rocket. You made it up.
So real people are the Team Rocket now.
They've always been real people. What are you talking about?
I mean,
It's real to me, damn it.
instead of just having a game,
Have
the Team Rocket. It's now people just like
There's
trainers.
gyms. There's gyms all over the place, dude. There's
Yeah.
2 gyms at Westgate. According to my roommate, he's like, I went there. He's like, got my ass kicked. He's like, it's a conspiracy, damn it. There's a gym at the cabin. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, dude, I went there, got my ass kicked.
There's Sean just put in the group chat here for us, stating that there's a gym over in his area that has a 642 CP combat power, Arcanine.
Ooh.
642. The
That's
highest
okay.
I've seen on any of my friends' accounts so far is like 512.
What does that all mean?
Combat power is just basically how much, what level they are.
Great.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's nice, and it's really funny. I've probably been a dick about this, but I've been correcting people. They're like, this is virtual reality. It's awesome. I'm like, it's not virtual reality.
What would
but
that be called? It's like
It's augmented.
augmented reality, yeah.
But it's just like, people are like back on their phones and looking at stuff, and it's like, oh, hey, I want to see the knockoffs for this. I want to see people go, oh, Digimon's here now.
Yeah.
I
So-
can't wait to get my
Monster
Agumon.
Hunter's here.
So just a
Yeah.
little information about the people who made this game, the Pokemon one. They have made a previous game just like this. So technically, Pokemon is just a skin for what the game they made before.
Infinitely more popular.
Yeah, and it's so much more popular. But but yeah, they've made this kind of game before. It's just it never had the kind of pull that Pokemon does.
Right.
So a little that controller I was talking about a little bit ago. There's actually a video I just sent you guys, and we'll put it in the link to this podcast.
Jesus
But this
Christ.
is the controller.
What the heck?
So basically, it has a bunch of triggers and plastic pieces that when you hold the controller, if you moved your finger up, like away from the button, you would then push a bumper or like a stick that's attached to your triangle button on your PS4 controller. So when you move your index finger away from the L1 or R1, it pushes that trigger that then goes up and pushes the triangle button for you. And then there's one over top of R3 and X, to where if you push down the middle of your thumb, if you push that down, it pushes the X button. So you never have to take your finger off of the R3 button. So it's a crazy controller. It's the contraption that goes around your controller is $70
Nope.
to do this thing.
That's not bad.
That's like when people are like, "Oh, I got the Xbox Elite controller," and I was like, "Why do I need these Prothean-looking feathers on the back of it?"
It gives you more buttons.
No, shut up. No, I see you. No, screw that.
No, it's just like when I had. You guys make fun of me for every little thing I do to my controller. When I got them,
I didn't make fun of you.
The control freaks?
Except for the Elite. What are you talking about?
control freaks.
Because you're like, oh, it gives me better accuracy. I'm like, the hell it does.
It does. It gives you better control over your joystick.
Don't give you jack shit.
It gives me everything I need.
Gives you
and
nothing.
everyone's like, "Ew, that's nothing. It's not nothing."
Because it is nothing.
It is something.
All
And
right,
then
so
I got the Xbox Elite
let's
controller.
roll over to our final 2-pack, which is Your favorite hero in a video game.
Hiro Nakamura.
Hey,
Oh, damn.
Spencer, why don't you go first, man? Because you've been kind of quiet this entire
Heroes in
time,
his
my dude.
name.
Because we're talking about shit that he doesn't know.
I know.
about.
That's what I'm saying. That's
For the
I'm,
first time.
I'm actually giving. That's why I'm giving him the opportunity.
Let's
to,
talk about League. Oh, Sean's not here.
All right.
No,
that's-
well, what's funny is that I mean, I know a little bit about ranking stuff because I play League of Legends, but I avoid rank on League of Legends,
Like
which
the plague.
I've played for like 6 years. I just don't do anything ranked. I think it's a waste of time. But yeah, we can skip over to heroes. Who's the coolest hero out there?
Dante, don't make cry.
So what
Link's
are we?
pretty
So are we all trying to agree on a hero, or are we
No,
all
no,
just
just your
saying?
opinion.
Just
Your
name
opinion.
them.
And you
Okay.
know what? Provide a reason as to why.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some build up as to why you chose your character, and then the reveal.
All right. Okay, that makes sense.
Man, that's a good question.
I can't believe you're not naming the guy, your guy.
Who, Chrono?
No. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. He knew. That's what I figured.
Ness, the problem is a lot of JRPGs have silent protagonists,
And he's
and
boring.
so you kind of put your own spin into the character sometimes.
Right.
And I definitely would not be a good hero to a video game.
There's been multiple times Spencer said he'd be the shopkeeper in an RPG.
Yeah,
That's actually probably the best spot in any game.
What can I get you?
yeah,
Coral
It's the best
sword.
time to make money is in the times of war.
Right.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. A good hero, I think. Maybe
War
Frog would be a
profiteer.
good hero. He had everything going right,
Except he was a
Chrono Trigger.
frog.
except the frog part.
He can't fuck.
He was just waiting to get kissed.
He can.
Yeah, yeah. I would say he had
He
a
said,
lot,
"Yeah."
he had a good story behind
He
him.
has kids.
He had a good story behind him. He had something to fight for, and he achieved somewhat of his goals, and he was able to, quote unquote, right what was wrong throughout the story.
True.
So I'll give it to Frog. I'm sure I'll come up with something better too.
Yeah. I mean, and this doesn't have to be our all time. We can build up there.
Yeah,
So
we can
just start with
yeah, we can
ones that
start
you
out with some
like.
things. Yeah.
I would say. Hold on.
I'll go. You wanna?
I was gonna pick the first guy, and I was like, wait a minute, no.
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna pick Isaac
Clarke.
Of course, that's why I asked.
What?
Isaac Clarke.
Talked about what?
What are we talking about?
Go ahead. keep
Isaac
going.
Clarke. Let me pick my hero. Isaac Clarke is given like this kind of impossible job.
From
B,
Dead Space?
Yeah, from Dead Space. Sorry.
To fix a ship.
Yeah, to fix a ship.
You know it's his job.
Yeah, no. But he fixes a ship to somewhere they're not getting any communication from. He, it's like you also got to investigate it. And he's like, okay, so what's going on here? And he figures out what's going on. What?
I'm just thinking of if Leon's job in Resident Evil is to go fix the drywall in the mansion.
Yeah, this is impossible.
Yeah.
never
Leon
finished
was
this
never in
task.
a mansion. Hello.
Oh, well, whatever.
Anyway,
even
preach.
though Leon has a kind of a weird lore to him.
Leon was actually my pick, by the way.
Leon was your pick?
Yeah, but keep going with yours. I'll get to it.
Oh, well, he's like, oh, I'm trying to fix this. And
He's
then,
the silent protagonist in the first one,
yeah.
so technically it's you.
I don't care.
You're the white man.
I am the white man. I'm the man.
Do you feel the white guilt?
Yeah.
Feel your
But I do
privilege?
enjoy the privileges.
I do enjoy your privileges. Okay. Thank you for this fine wine
Yeah. I know the monster's like, oh.
and this garlic bread.
Like, oh my God, you guys aren't trying to kill me, are you?
It's not garlic
Yeah,
bread, it's bruschetta.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Is there Gouda as well?
Yeah.
I would say Leon. But I'd say Leon because I've always liked Leon out of all the characters in Resident Evil. I mean, Billy's cool too, but because he's a Marine. But I would say Leon because, well, it takes more than just suplexing a priest to get my heart, and
Doesn't hurt though.
it doesn't hurt. But I remember, I think I liked him back in Resident Evil 2. He had an alternate costume that you get if you get to the police station without firing a shot. Brad Vickers as a zombie shows up. Kill Brad Vickers as a zombie, and then he drops a key. This is only, I believe, on New Game Plus. He drops the key. After he drops the key, you can go to the locker room in the RPD, and you can get alternate costumes. One of the alternate costumes has him pretty much like a gangster. And I remember that was the only time I ever played Resident Evil 2, and he aims the gun sideways when he aims. So
Kill shot.
when he looks up, when he looks down, he's aiming sideways. And I was like, that is so stereotypical and gangster.
Yeah.
So I really like that. And then, Resident Evil 4 was the first Resident Evil I actually beat, because I was like, dude, look how cool he looks, and I can roundhouse people. And my brother was like, oh, there's chainsaws there too. I was like, fuck that. So, yeah, fun stuff.
So
You not
Isaac Mendez and Leon.
Isaac Mendez.
Who?
Mendes.
Isaac Clarke, man. That
Clarke.
dude's white. Isaac Mendez.
Yeah, Dead Space was a different game.
¿Cuál es tu nombre? Isaac.
So I wanted to bounce off that. How come you didn't pick Chris Redfield? May I ask?
Dude wrote it out, man. When you
He's
gotta
also-
punch,
you
when you gotta punch boulders,
yeah.
to stop
That's what I
them,
was thinking
you
about
could
Resident
eat
Evil.
a
That's why I
fat
laughed for a
dick.
second. He's just like, so. No, I'm not gonna use that.
More
But-
specifically, though, is the difference between Leon and Chris is Leon has maintained his sort of personality. I mean, in Resident Evil 2, he's the rookie. But in Resident Evil 4, he's like a little bit more level-headed. In Resident Evil 6, he's still level-headed. With Chris, in Resident Evil 1, he's like, okay, let's get more level-headed.
It works.
Resident Evil 5, Code Veronica, he's like kind of like, oh, get a snip whisker. Resident Evil 5, he's like, he kind of gets a little like,
Obsessed.
he's obsessed. And then Resident Evil
Yeah.
6, it's like you can't really relate to him because some soldier that he just meets dies, and then he's like, no, I get it.
Yeah,
you
know
killed my
That's actually
crew."
what kind of really confused me about Resident Evil 6 to start off. Is like, why was he depressed when Resident Evil
Well,
5?
he had amnesia. That's why, too.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. I couldn't remember why he was depressed.
I can't remember
Amnesia.
anything.
I'm gonna get depressed because I can't remember.
But
Like,
it was
go
pretty
search
silly.
for answers.
What do you got, Eric?
For me,
Mega Man.
I was thinking
Buzz
Ratchet.
Ratchet,
Yeah, Ratchet to me,
because he's with them ratchet hoes.
he's with that clank,
Oh, God.
clankety clank.
Clinkety clank.
Uh,
Clinkety cloud.
God,
For me, Ratchet, I think, is a great hero, just because of his little bit of sarcasm and his adventurous attitude and his like the adventurous mind, where he wants to discover new things and he wants to. He's a go-getter. He wants to make his dreams come true and all that kind of stuff. And it's a very positive message, and that's the kind of stuff I like to keep.
Disney-friendly.
Yeah, he's Disney friendly. It's the kind of stuff I like to keep around, that I like to watch and pay attention to and support.
I got a weird one.
Who?
What about Aggro?
Aggro Crag? What?
No, Aggro from Shadow of the Colossus.
I was trying to figure out which game that was.
He's the horse.
Why would you say that? Because he's your noble steed.
Yeah, and I hesitate to say the main character because
Stuff.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Because
but
of reasons.
I hesitate to say him, but Aggro helped you do it, despite having no real that we know of, no real like draw into it. Just like helping out his
friend.
friend.
His master.
And
that's the kind of problem I have with that answer.
So-
It's his master.
no,
He's
'cause
not
it's-
really.
Does
He's
he
like,
ha-
hold up.
Does
Yeah.
he have to come every time the guy whistles?
Yeah, because he trained him. Because he's not sensitive enough to be
well,
like.
hold on though. I think a lot of animals, yeah, they'll come when you whistle, but when you see a freaking huge colossus that's like 10 stories high, I think a lot of
I think
animals
we need
tend
to
to
test
run.
this theory.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm trying to get Ruby to get in the bath and I call for her, she's not coming. And that's just a bath. That's not a giant.
Yeah, but that's only because she doesn't like that.
I mean,
She doesn't like the giant either.
Oh, you
But-
expose it to giants? That's what you do on a Tuesdays? Exposing her to
Even
giants?
before I gave her her first bath, she was against it.
But I can continue though because so something happens to Aggro, but he still shows up at the end, helping out your person, even though maybe you might not be there or whatever. But he helps you out with your quest and kind of finishes it for you. Didn't have to, but he's loyal.
He's my freaking pet slave.
That's like,
So you've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go.
Yeah. I was going to say,
Just
does
collecting all the
Pikachu-
slaves.
he's been playing
any
12
Pokemon
years of
count as a
Slave,
good
the video game.
You could say Pikachu like from Pokemon Yellow.
Is that who you're gonna say? Really? You're
I don't
gonna
know.
go there?
Just you can
Well,
defend
yeah,
it.
Pokemon Yellow's the one where you actually have to let them out.
No,
so it's
I
like-
know. My brother
as
got
soon-
that, and I got red. I was fucking pissed.
And then, yeah, but as soon as Pikachu was like, "Oh, I want to run away," at any point I'd be like, "Get back in your ball," you know, you ain't going nowhere.
Is this a slate shit? You
No.
goddamn right.
Well,
Or an easy
I'm sorry for unpeeling Pokemon.
an easy choice would be Geralt
Geralt.
from The Witcher.
But
No.
he's not really a good guy, is he? He's
Well,
a professional.
No, he's a gray.
yeah,
Right.
he's the
He's
ultimate. He's
100%
a
gray.
light gray, light gray.
But I love that.
is evil. Aggressive.
I love that he kind of has two different solutions. Either it's business or
Personal.
business.
business or slightly personal. And they're not necessarily good or evil, but he still kind of defeats evil things.
Yeah, he defeats monsters.
Hey, evil thing, come here.
Yeah. You're gonna die.
You're
but
gonna be defeated.
there's sometimes in which he's you're right. But there's sometimes in which he's literally looking evil in the eye. He's like, "Well, I kind of need to just get this thing done." So
He's like, I'm in it for the money.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
yeah, so give me the best thing you got, and then maybe I'll just walk off and forget this happened.
What about Solid Snake?
Solid Snake, not Big Boss for sure.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
Big Boss, but
Solid Snake is probably the most unflinching good guy in that entire series. I mean, even Raiden has stints of badness attached to him. But Solid Snake, hey man, just serving my country. Gotta stop, Metal Gear. Oh, it's Big Boss, killed him. Oh, wait, he's back in the sequel, killed him. Oh, I got a brother, killed him.
He's
what?
evil, killed him.
Oh, it's a tanker incident. Stop the Metal Gear.
Killed him.
Killed the Metal Gears. Broke handcuffs from behind me and jumped in the river.
I'm gonna
Then
kill it.
Swim after a Metal Gear.
Killed
him. MGS4 got microwaved alive. Didn't kill me. Then freaking thought I was gonna die at the end because I'm a nuclear disaster. Nope, psych. Killed it.
Lived it.
Lived it. So yeah, he's probably the goodest guy in that entire franchise.
True.
Which is interesting when you consider the tryhards, as I like to call them. You've got your Revolver Ocelot, you've got your boss, and then you have your big boss, the tryhards, that try to do good by going to the extreme. And then you have a guy that's just like, you know what? No, I'm just going to stop all your nonsense.
Yeah.
Killed.
Yeah.
Then you got Raiden. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Great good guys. I would actually say the Warden from Dragon Age. Even though you make all the choices for him, the best thing about it is to have him be talked about as such a legendary figure, and to realize that when you go back to that first game and you're playing through it, and how much. Like, you're like, I'm just in a spider cave. And they're like, he fought waves of spiders off. And you're like, well, it was pretty intense. I was almost dead a couple times. Or, like some of the other stuff, when you fight the dragons, when you optionally, well, you're supposed to, I guess, fight Flemeth, and all this other stuff. It's cool because of how much people talk about it. I would almost say Hawk as well from Dragon Age 2, because in Inquisition he's such a badass. He's such an important character, and it's nice to see him again. And he's like, I'm Hawk, and this, that, and the other. And depending on how you made Hawk, when you see him in Inquisition, he portrays that personality. So he might be like a cocky, cheery dude, or he might be like, we've got to stop them, or whatever. So
Can I bounce off that one? Your
What?
answer?
What?
Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. Even when you make bad or Paragon and Renegade choices, it's all towards the protection of the the protection of the universe, because Reapers and all sorts of this and that. He's always working towards like stopping the bad guy. Either it's like, give me that, I need that because it's gonna help our crew out, or hey, I solved your problem, but please help us out.
it's always about what's
Yeah.
in it for me in the end.
No. Yeah, well, it's what's in it for the universe.
Yeah, right.
He's
He wants
in
to
for the
stop.
universe.
He wants to stop the Krogans from dying so they can fight a war for him.
Exactly.
That's it. It's like, your race
Exactly.
could die. You guys are a bunch of irritable motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But hey, you guys could kill some Reapers.
Right.
Then I'm all in.
But he's always working every time. He's always working for a war That not he didn't even start this war, but he's damn well gonna finish it.
Oh, shut up.
He's gonna
Movie
finish it.
trailer ass motherfucker. God. When's it coming out, huh? Holiday season?
Coming out 2016.
Oh, man. I would also say Semenosuke from the original Onimusha.
Yeah.
Because in Onimusha, well, no, I'd say more in 3, because in 3 he's a seasoned vet. In 1, he's like, oh my god, look at the Oni. And then in the third one, he's like, I just took down an entire fucking ship with this shit. And that's the opening. And then, spoilers, by Dawn of Dawn of Souls, whichever one it is, he's just an old guy who doesn't even use a katana anymore, but still whoops that ass. And helps out a demon who's supposedly stronger than him. I beg to differ. He's a beast. He's a beast.
Wow. All right. Do we have any more heroes that we want to?
Surge. Glenn.
What about in the Persona series?
No.
Specifically 3 and 4. You always have like a side friend because you're a dude. And in the originals, I know that the Persona 3 Portable had you play as either boy or girl, but in the originals, you were always a dude, and you had a friend that was a dude, and he would kind of be your bro and help you out. So no matter what you did,
The Persona 4 guy had the daggers, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah. He was cool.
it was Yosuke, and then in 3 it was
Akihiko.
Junpei.
Oh, the comic relief.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah,
I mean, they're all like nice to you just because like they have to be because that's their role. But it's always like refreshing in those games to have somebody that you know is just gonna be like,
Always,
gonna hold
always
it
has your
down?
back.
yeah, he's always got your back. And he's just your bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's Final Fantasy 8. Zell,
Yes.
man. Zell got your back.
But
Is that ride or die?
Yeah, but this game's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Funny.
Actually, you know what's funny? So after I beat 7, Final Fantasy 7, I picked up 8, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
And then Star
Fuck
Ocean.
it. Star Ocean.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it went.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I should play another RPG with Star Ocean coming out next week.
Wait a little bit. Yeah.
I need a little
After
bit of
the
a
game
break.
comes out. Yeah.
I will say though that bouncing back and forth between Star Ocean and Overwatch, a huge multiplayer game to a total single player game, it helps balance me out.
Yeah. Yeah. You need that thing to pace you.
You know, I was having the same reaction when playing Rocket League and Overwatch because they're both competitive. You know, so you're trying to win, but they're competitive games like that. I always have to take a break, so that's why I went back to Pillars because I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like you're like, all right, we're gonna get off Overwatch. We're gonna play Rocket League. I'm like, I'm not. I'm
Losers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, I pretty much can game for about 2 hours, and then I need like a half-hour break. Like I need that. Just like, all right, let me just think about what I've done. Like, like I've done something bad.
Dude,
No,
war
but, like,
crimes? Shit.
But no, it's like I just feel like, all right, so I did all this stuff. I got all these items. Now let me think about strategy involved with those items. So specifically in Star Ocean, there's tons of stuff you can get and tons of stuff you can create. You have crafting systems throughout the thing. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, so how do I get this? And I'll go and sit and chill and relax for a little bit, think about, all right, well, if I give this role to this person, because so Star Ocean 5 has a little bit of a gambit system from 12, but it's more of a suggestion rather than a definite action.
Right.
So gambit system was 70% less, or you have 70% or less health, you're going to heal.
Right.
This one is your character will prefer to heal or prefer to use heavy attacks at long range, or your character will prefer to
Dragon
guard.
Age, Yeah.
Yeah, so
In
there's
some
preferred
form.
abilities, but nothing set in stone. So trying to balance out the characters as like who's going to have what takes a little bit of strategy. And at the point I am in the game right now, I actually need that strategy, unless I want to spend hours grinding, and I don't want to do that. I want to beat the game.
I'll do it. I'll spend 15 hours playing a game.
Once I
Then I'll
get to new
sleep for
game,
7.
there's no new game plus in this really. I mean there is, but you don't get to carry over anything. So it's kind of like get everything done the first time through. And there's a ton of ridiculous Goldshire quests. And I say Goldshire because everyone knows, well, not everyone, but you pretty much get the idea when you're doing quests in World of Warcraft in Goldshire. The quests are so simple and fetch quests. And it's like kill 5 wolves. It's basically what all the side quests in this game are. It's go track this person down, go collect a couple of these items, Go kill 5 of this. Go kill this one ad. So they're very, very small quests, but you have to go out of your way to go get them. So it's, all right, am I going to spend the time doing all these side quests to level up and grind up and do all this stuff? Or do I just want to like be smart about how I play so I don't have to spend hours grinding? Which I got on this tangent because I was saying I needed a half-hour break in between so I could strategize.
You know who else needs a break? The viewers. I think we're about done.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching episode 50. Check us out on twitch.tv/thisistheitch for some live streams. But most of the time, we're going to be on the youtube.com/theitch network.
Speak for yourself.
live
I'm here.
streaming.
Okay. All right.
And if you guys want to see us this week, we will be playing some Overwatch, some probably more Chrono Trigger.
Oh, I'm gonna start Red Dead Redemption on the stream for like first time. So
Nice. First playthrough.
yeah. Oh, I
Sweet.
played it a little bit of it, but I never beat it. So please join me as I fumble around and shoot outlaws in the face.
So speed run, no deaths, 360 no scoping the whole time?
Yeah.
Gotcha. JD, you going to be live streaming any games this week, or what games are you going to be working on?
Probably Overwatch. Streaming sometime.
Cool.
It all depends. I want to get people together, but I also want to get people together that aren't going to be
Hindrances?
Irritating,
uh,
annoying.
saying words online that they shouldn't be saying.
Oh.
I didn't. It's none of my immediate friends, but some people think the N-word with a hard R is funny. So
Oh.
Oh
yeah, you
God.
can get out of the chat. So
That word may be funny, but you know what word isn't funny? Snapple.
what
There's
the
nothing
fuck
like a delicious
kind
It's
of
back.
del-
Shut
It's
the
back.
Idiot.
Shut it off.
delicious
Shut the
Snapple.
stream
You're
off.
a
The stream's
Quench your
over.
thirst
fucking
on a
idiot.
Saturday
Oh my
morning.
God, I missed this
God.
so much. I missed
He
this
says
so
that
much.
word
The
may
going
not be
gets
bad.
rough.
You just messed up your own pitch. You messed up your own pitch.
So
You messed up your own pitch.
So when the going gets
Cut
rough,
it out.
the rough gets Snapple.
Eric, you better cut it out. Stop giggling.